Flickers.
Hello, I'm Steven.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are
Flickers.
And we are going to finally review the new release and highly anticipated sequel, Frozen 2. So, go ahead, you begin.
Okay, I'm so excited about this one. I saw the first Frozen before the hype came out. I know that sounds like I'm trying to not ride the hype train, but I really like, before everybody was hype about it, I was hype about it. And I was so excited that the second one was coming out. I wasn't expecting much because a lot of times sequels kind of let you down. But man, I enjoyed this film so much. Like, I can't tell you. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really feel like, so the first one was like a fun kids romp. You know, it was just kind of enjoyable. It was, just kind of lighthearted and, like, very young oriented, whereas this one I feel like is the next step. It's kind of the maturity. They make a comment about how, like, Olaf got a new frost coat or something, I don't know, but it made him more mature. That happens like in the first 10 minutes, but it makes him more mature, and I feel like that kind of set the tone for this film. It's a little bit more mature. They tackle some tough subjects, and I think they did an amazing job with it. And honestly, it might be my new favorite Disney film.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a very good movie. I caught the first Frozen opening day when it came out, not really knowing much about what to expect, because they only had all those little teaser trailers for it, and it really, you didn't know. I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and check it out, because Tangled was highly enjoyable, and so give Frozen a shot. And I love the first one. I thought it was a great story. I thought the twists that were in it were very new and bold moves for a Disney movie to make, to literally let people know that not everyone is exactly how they seem, and a really kind of very down-to-earth, very realistic, everyday thing people can actually bump into, with the whole thing with Hans in the first one. Yeah. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the first one, shame on you. So the second one, it was phenomenal. It not only was it a great sequel, but it is a great continuation of adding more depth to the first story, more depth to the characters, and closing off any sort of questions about anything that was unknown, about anything that was unanswered in the first movie. Yeah. You literally get a completed story. Like, this is how you make a sequel. Yeah. This is how you do it. And they did a phenomenal job. And like you said, it was much more mature. Much darker topics were addressed in this one. The music was phenomenal. Once again, the voice actors, they always knock it out of the ballpark again. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Okay, Pixar was great. Okay, you know, from Toy Story to Toy Story 3, I'd say everything that came out from then to then were groundbreaking changes to animated films. Just like the Disney animated renaissance was, from The Little Mermaid to, you know, Mulan, Tarzan. And granted, there were a couple of speed bumps in there too, but, you know, Atlantis and Treasure Planet were great as well. And but Home on the Range was like, oh, all right, we're done. But when Princess of the Frog came out, Disney Animation was like, all right, we're trying to come back with the good quality movies we used to make. And I definitely feel that the moment they brought out Tangled, they were like, all right, guys, here's our new style. Our direction is changing. Then Frozen came out. They're like, okay, Wreck-It Ralph, Moana, which is one of the best Disney movies ever made. And then Ralph Breaks the Internet was incredible. And then Big Hero 6, and Zootopia. Like, what they've been literally knocking these movies out of the ballpark, while Pixar's just kind of, and I like DreamWorks movies too, but Pixar is now kind of falling into the same trend as DreamWorks. They make fun stories that aren't as
groundbreaking.
Well, they don't have as much gravity to them as the ones that made them basically out there in the world. And I feel like Disney Animation, you can tell the Disney company is focusing more on their animated films in this department more than they are in Pixar anymore. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. And Frozen 2 just reconfirms that. You want a good animated movie? If it's coming out under the Disney Animation Studios company releasing it, you're guaranteed a good film.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not many things that I feel like that these days. I mean, like Spielberg, he had some good stuff, but every now and then it's kind of hit and miss. I personally like the Tarantino films, so if I'm like, all right, this movie has Quentin Tarantino's name on it, we're gonna have a good movie. And that's how I feel about with the Disney Animation Studios movies now. Like, if it has it on there, guaranteed, this movie's worth your money and it's worth your time because they have finally gotten back their name in animation that they basically had to the beginning when they were the birth of the entire department in existence.
So what would you give Frozen 2?
Honestly, 5 out of 5 slates. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This was a phenomenal sequel. Once again, it completes the story. It leaves no empty corners unchecked.
Yeah.
Could it lead to a third one? Sure, but it doesn't need it, and it literally could stop right there because you have a full story.
Yeah.
I didn't feel gypped out at all. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 slates too. Again, I think it's my new favorite Disney film. I loved all the music. I loved the extra character growth. Obviously, we got a lot of character growth in the first one, but I got more in this one. I love that Elsa doesn't need anybody, but she has Anna, and they're a great team together, and they just kind of solidified that. But she's Elsa. I just love Elsa. And then Anna's kind of just. I love everybody. Honestly, like in the first one, I kind of like with Olaf. I was kind of like, okay, he's just kind of like the comic relief. He's the LeFou of this film. But in this one, I really do feel like he added to the story. He was.
Every character was in there for an important reason.
Yes.
Everyone was.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and
It was great.
It was really great. It really was. So 5 out of 5.
Yeah, and our highest recommendation right now to definitely go catch it. I know people are like, oh, the hype's probably no. It's good.
It's good.
Don't go in there being like this movie's the best movie in the world. So that way you don't. Like, every time you ever overhype something, you're always gonna let yourself down. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is how it goes. Yeah. Just go in and be like, this is gonna be a good film, and just enjoy it because it's a good story. Yeah. Good story. Yeah. Now, as far as our next movie is Knives Out.
Knives Out! Yes!
Can't wait.
Finally.
So we're going to be seeing that one on Wednesday. Obviously, we're going into the Thanksgiving week, so who knows we're going to get that review out there, but we're going to try to get it out as fast as we can, because that is also the next highly anticipated movie coming out, so we're going to make sure to let you guys know if it really lives up to the hype or not. It's been getting great reviews all around from critics and audiences that have been able to see it.
It definitely feels like the company that's producing it is pushing it really hard. I've kind of seen trailers for it in
every movie,
no matter what the genre is. So I'm interested to see if it actually lives up to its hype or if it's one of those like Kool-Aid drinking sort of hypes. So looking forward to seeing that on Wednesday.
Yep. So stay tuned for that one. Until then,
don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe, please. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support, and thank you once again for always tuning in on us. And we'll keep you guys updated with the next movies to go ahead and catch. So until then, catch you later, Flickers.
Flickers.